The most underrated character in Kingdom Hearts, you say? I think I have an idea. What's up, guys? I'm Pencil here, and here we are to do a breakdown and live reaction and review to SkywardWing's. This is Kingdom Hearts' most underrated character, and I'm intrigued. The link to the original video will be in the description down below, along with the link to SkywardWing's channel. They are a fantastic Kingdom Hearts content creator, one of the best to do it. So if you want to peep by a bunch more of their Kingdom Hearts content, it is scrumdiddlyumptious, so I do understand if you do want to munch on it. His link to his channel and the original video will be in the description down below. The original video is 11 minutes and 36 seconds long. I can promise you from the bottom of my core that this video is going to be longer than 11 minutes and 36 seconds. So, please check out the link to the original video. Even if you have seen this video and are willing to stick to my yapping, go leave a like on his video, go leave a comment on his video. I'd greatly appreciate it. But let's not waste any more time, and let's hop right into it. Editing me, are you ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
Is King?
What's up, guys? That guy with a pencil here. Fun fact, I do happen to have it on me and keep it on me at all times. And another fun fact, Kingdom Hearts is a... how do I put this? It's a cast full of characters who are arguably underrated. Especially, I hate to say, especially by the time of 3, the cast is, dare I say, bloated, which is crazy, because I'm pretty sure there are less than 30. I may be lying in terms of like characters that have actual 3D animated models and not counting mobile game characters. Ooh, but then again, back cover exists, so maybe not. I'm trying to think. There may be about 30 original Kingdom Hearts characters. There are the trios, and I believe there are about 4 of those, from the Destiny to the Sea Salt to the Clock Tower to, well, technically Destiny and Sea Salt is the Clock Tower trio. Then there's think I know better than this, Wayfinder. It's more than those 3 trios. There's one I'm missing. I know there's the Lost trio, but that's like a fanon trio. I'm not sure if that's like actually a thing. It's not actually a thing in the games. But that's 9 characters right there. Then there's all of Orc 13. But then you have to subtract 1 because Axe would technically be part of that. I guess you could double it and say, well, you have the original Orc 13 members and you have their somebody cells. But then I still feel like there aren't actually that many Kingdom Hearts characters. But at the same time, so many Kingdom Hearts characters sort of started to get underutilized by the time of 3 because it's Sora's story. It's Sora's story. Can't be anybody else's story. It's Sora's story. And with that being the case, a lot of characters end up falling to the wayside. But if I had to pick one, especially based on the thumbnail I saw this video, it's most likely going to be Naminé. Mainly because Naminé does not have a Keyblade. Naminé is not very active in the plot on a surface level since Chain of Memories. Or Rechain, depending whichever you played. Or if you played both. Naminé is the ultimate sleeper pick for one of the strongest characters in the series based on her abilities alone. Because of how many people Sora's connected to, and the fact that we literally see her mind break somebody. When she's like 12. Okay, I know she's not 12. What? How old is the gang in 1? I think at 14. It's like 14-year-old Naminé mind breaks Rika Replica live on camera. Which is implied that she can do it to basically anybody. I know Rika Replica is a replica, and this was filled with fake memories from the start, so maybe it's not that simple, but I don't know. Something tells me Naminé could just snap her fingers and someone's chain of memories is absolutely shattered. Because they forgot how to stand. Yeah, Naminé's broken. And she's also, like, super important for the plot to happen. Like, think about it. Chain of Memories does not happen without Naminé. The Castle of Oblivion does not wipe your memories. That is a lie. It's a lie that's told and sold so well that people tend to forget. No, that's all Naminé. Naminé just did that to Sora, Donald, and Goofy. And Jiminy. I always forget about Jiminy. But that was all her. Nothing else. So you can't have Chain of Memories / Rechain of Memories without her. There's a whole game wiped off the timeline. Sora doesn't get restored by the events of Kingdom Hearts 2 without Naminé. That's another game off the timeline. If the events of KH2 don't happen, then the events of KH3 can't happen. So that's another game. Literally, Naminé is responsible for every game in the series except 1. Indirectly, Naminé is basically responsible for it. And Birth by Sleep, because she doesn't exist at that point. Those are the only 2 games that completely happen autonomously with none of Naminé's input. If you're wondering, what is Naminé's input in 3? She called the Lingering Will. What is Naminé's input in Recoded? She was in the memories. she did that darn thing with that journal. That was her fault. She's the one who taught Hurt. As stupid as that sounds. She's the reason that Shion goes back in 358 Days Over 2 and causes Roxas trauma. And I love that. But still, and she's also the reason for his return. Bada bing, bada boom, big part of Days. So, like, the series is predicated a lot on Nami's actions. So, it's crazy how little she's talked about, but Sony Novus did a fantastic video talking about Namine and her character importance. I believe it was like 6 months back. Yeah, Sony Novus did a fantastic video. Namine belongs a Kingdom Hearts character piece. I would do a breakdown of it, but one, I made the mistake of already consuming that bad boy, so it wouldn't be like a full genuine reaction. And two, it's 26 minutes, and I know, just on what I remember of watching that video, I'd be here for 2 hours. So I'm trying to hold back. I'm trying to stick to smaller ones, but I'll probably try and cut down. If I ever want to do longer reactions, I probably will just implement a binding vow. In that case, I'll only double the video's original length. The main reason I talk so much is I don't like taking content. I like to just chat based on the content discussion, but with that being the case, Skyward Wing, that's my pick for the most underrated character. Because you don't hear people talk about Namine. Kairi gets more talk than Namine, though Kairi's, like, infinitely less important. Yeah, I said it. For a majority of the series, Kairi's more important than 3 because, like, she literally guides Sora's heart back and is the whole reason Sora disappears, which is leading into 4. So, like, technically, Kairi's more important in that way, but it's kind of in a bad way. If she was stronger, Sora would have had her. Okay, let me stop before I get all the Kairi fans mad at me. How many of y'all are there? How many of you are left? Because I'm a Kairi fan. But after 3, I kind of, like, the numbness of my heart and soul, it kind of just... So now I'm more neutral on the character. And Melody of Memory. Okay, I was neutral on the character, then Melody of Memory came along and Amora revealed... Bang! And just realized, oh, no, I really don't like Kairi. And that's Nomura, not me. I'm still neutral to the character now because I'm just worried about her treatment. But let's not waste super time. Let's actually hop into the video itself. 7 minutes into this live reaction. I'm 1 second into the video.
Kingdom Hearts' most underrated character. With dozens of Disney and original characters to choose from, everyone has their own favorites. So many people love Sora because of his childlike personality and how he uses his whimsy to take down most of his foes. Then there's fans of Riku who enjoy his brooding attitude and his challenges with the darkness. Then there's just tons of unique versions of older Disney characters that have their own unique Kingdom Hearts DNA now. Like looking at Maleficent as an example. I wouldn't believe you if you told me the main bad guy from 1959's Sleeping Beauty would become a recurring villain. Then there's all the different ways they changed Mickey Mouse.
I am still, like... I just need to talk. I'll be real with y'all. Level. For the people who actually do watch these videos, all 5 of you. I do have, like, what's next for insert character here. Like, that is like a whole mini video series I have planned based on the Kingdom Hearts series. What's next for Sora? What's next for Riku? What's next for Kairi? What's next for Roxas? What's next for Shion? What's next for Axel? What's next for Isa? What's next for... And, like, literally for every single Kingdom Hearts original character. Except for, like, ones I don't like. So, no. But to be fair, I just not like I don't like the mobile game cast. I just don't care enough about them to make videos. Because for those, I'd go back to the old style. Because the thing is, I do have a capture card. I do own all the games. I could go capture footage. But I don't have 358. I don't have an emulator for 358. I don't have an emulator for Recoded. And plus, Nominate doesn't have any gameplay anyway. So, like, I'm not sure. I just play cutscenes of her. So, I was going to go back. I'm going to, like, pick up the old pencil. I'm going to draw for it. And Maleficent's one of the ones that's been haunting me. Because, like, I'm not sure if I want her to do anything. Because part of me just does want to focus on the Master of Masters and the Lost Masters and Lucio. Like, I do genuinely just want to focus on that. But at the same time, there's a reason Nomura's kept her around. Like, giving her things to do. Like, she's a decently sized chunk of the mobile game plot. And the mobile game plot is now the plot of Kingdom Hearts. So, like, she's gonna do something. I just don't know what I want her to do. So that video, it's lingering. But I already know which image I'm gonna draw for it. Because... of course I do. But let's see.
From an icon to a billion-dollar company to one of the most anime characters in this franchise. Point is, there is a little bit of something here for everyone looking to have their own favorite Kingdom Hearts character. The whole idea for this video came up because I was recently having a conversation with Neo Sai. It was an interview for his upcoming part 2 to his Kingdom Hearts Ultimate Retrospective, which, by the way, if you haven't already, he created an almost 4-hour-long video going super deep into the Kingdom Hearts series. It's super high quality and definitely worth the watch.
What is it?
One of the most anime characters in this franchise. Point is, there is a little bit of something here for everyone looking to have their own favorite Kingdom Hearts character. The whole idea for this video came up because I was recently having a conversation with...
Neosai. I cannot tell you how many hours upon hours upon hours upon hours upon hours upon hours upon hours of Kingdom Hearts content I've consumed. Oh, I've already started watching it. Alright. I see I touch on it. Let me subscribe though. I noticed I didn't subscribe. Like I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna watch the entire video. It came out a month ago. I'm watching it. It's 3 hours and 54 minutes. That's half a work day. But let me see.
Neosai. It was an interview for his upcoming part 2 to his Kingdom Hearts Ultimate Retrospective, which by the way, if you haven't already, he created an almost 4-hour long video going super deep into the Kingdom Hearts series. It's super high quality and definitely worth the watch if you haven't seen it already, and I'll be there for part 2 whenever that is ready for the public. But one of the questions he asked me about was one of my favorite Kingdom Hearts characters. And then I said the name and he was like, really? That's the first time I've ever heard someone say that. And that's what sparked the entire idea for this video right here. As my favorite Kingdom Hearts character is not one that players talk about often when referring to their favorites. But this one has done so much for the series and its characters. It's hard to not mention the successes of our heroes without mentioning them. But before I get into it, let me know your favorite and least favorite character in Kingdom Hearts. One that you love the most and others that you just can't stand every time they show up on the screen.
Okay. To answer that, I'm basic. There's a reason I have a broken Oathkeeper over there. There's a reason the Oblivion keychain and the Oathkeeper keychain lay up there, hang up there. And I do have, ironically enough, 2 blades that he wielded. Roxas's Kingdom Key and the Kingdom Key D. Well, actually, no, he only wielded 2 Kingdom Keys, which is still a funny little detail. But there's a reason I love that. I'm planning on make a whole video on that, too. Roxas. My favorite is Roxas. I'm basic. I'm not as basic as the Riku fans. If your favorite character is Riku, I respect it. Good choice. Basic. I'm not as basic as the Sora fans. If your favorite character is Sora, I respect it. Basic. But I am basic. I'm basic number 3. Everyone loves Roxas. I've yet to meet a single person who actively dislikes the... Nope, I saw someone. Someone on my Roxas is the best video commented they didn't like the character or didn't get it. But, and that's fine. That's like the only level of dissent I've seen, and I've been in the fandom, or at least been observing, because once again, being in the fandom is weird. I don't necessarily interact on like fan forums or anything. I just interact with the fandom in terms of watching it and consuming it. But like, over my literal decade plus of being in the fandom, never seen anyone hate on Roxas, because you can't, because he's perfect. That's my favorite. Least favorite out of the original characters. That's the thing, I don't, unlike some series where I feel like a certain vitriolic hatred towards at least one character, none in Kingdom Hearts really do it. Like, I feel bad for Kairi. It's not like I don't like Kairi. I just feel bad for her and how Nomura treats her. But if I had to pick, I like the main trios. Who's my least favorite? Like, and notably, thanks to regular Pat, I'm like a Terra apologist now. He's not my favorite, but I don't feel as vitriolic as I used to. So before, my answer probably would have been Terra. Ventus is interesting, but I don't think he's interesting, if you know what I'm saying. I think if I had to pick one out of the core trios, it'd actually probably just be Ventus. Mainly because he feels more plot device than character. I like Vanitas more than I like Ventus as a character, which is so weird to say. But, yeah. I don't know, I find Ventus kind of boring in terms of, like, character execution, but I think he's interesting because of what he does for the Kingdom Hearts plot. Like, especially with the mobile game stuff thrown in there now. Like, he's weird interesting. Unlike some characters in Kingdom Hearts where I like them for their character and how they act in their character journeys, like your Roxases, like your Xehanorts, like your Rikus, like your Soras, and stuff like that, I think Ventus is kind of boring. And thusly, I think Ventus is my least favorite out of the original cast. I'm trying to like... Because like what? You want me to say Pence? Pence doesn't do anything inoffensive. He's an inoffensive character. Same with Olette. Same with... They're there. I'm happy they're there. I'm glad that we just have regular people. Please them or don't give them Keyblades. But... outside of that, like, I know I'm supposed to hate Isa, but I just think he's a well-written character. So I don't dislike him. And once again, I'm more neutral. Like, I know someone's gonna be like, what about Lexius? What about Lexius? I don't feel anything towards him. That's the thing, I don't dislike him. Meanwhile, Ven, since he's a major character, he does actively bore me sometimes. Even though I do like his playstyle on Breath Isaac. That's a weird thing. I don't know. I'm gonna say Ventus, which is crazy because my favorite character is Roxas, who looks like Ventus. Strange fella. But let's see.
I know we all have that one character that gives us a good cringe every time they appear in. And while you're down there, please be sure to hit that like button as it helps grow the channel for more videos like this. As we're going to be talking about Kingdom Hearts' most underrated character. And that character in question is Naminé. While only appearing...
What did I say? Yeah, it's Naminé. Come on. And honestly, having Naminé as a favorite makes sense. Notably, and one of the things about Naminé's journey that I guess it does stick with me, but it sticks with me less as I grow older because I'm working around it, and once again, it's a completely different scenario. When I was a kid, I really thought, and I mean think, because looking back on it, I didn't, but I really thought I struggled to make friends and connect with people and understand people. I always thought I was some sort of an outcast. And I remember the first time I encountered Naminé as a character, and I was like, oh, that's me for real. Except, the whole memory manipulation stuff. And I can understand why Naminé would be Sky's favorite, and a lot of people's favorite. And once again, I already went over her, narrative importance. You kind of can't sell the plot of Kingdom Hearts without Naminé. But, yeah. Though, admittedly, once again, thanks to that character piece and now Skyward Wing, I think Naminé is going to slowly, round the bend. The Maharaja came out. Round the bend and sort of become a character that will be less underrated. Do I think Nomura's gonna do anything with the character? He should. But look at how he does Kairi. Look at how he did Shion. Or Shion. I hate some of the name change. Maybe just because I've headcanon. I'm not sure where I got Shion from. But Shion! I don't know. I don't like the pronunciation of that. Same thing with what is it? Luxord? Luxord. I hate it. But with that being the case, I feel like Naminé could be very, very useful. And once again, this isn't me speaking. This is the Sony Novus video speaking. Please go check that out. I may live react to it anyway, even though it wouldn't be a live reaction, just be a live breakdown because it's that good of a video. I low-key may just cover it anyway. But with that being the case, there's infinite ways you could write Naminé as a very, very prominent character without giving her a Keyblade, Nomura. Without giving her a key, I saw the thumbnail, Sky. I saw the thumbnail. Keyblade is nice, and I've seen the mod videos. But you don't have to give her a Keyblade. She can just be an important character. Without a Keyblade. Not Sky. Nomura don't do it. Nomura don't do it. You can keep a Keyblade out of her hands, so you can still be very, very important based on how much this saga is connected to the time travel and how much time travel in this universe is connected to memories. And connections to Sora. And how many people Sora connects to in relation to memories, and Naminé's very, very, very broken abilities around memories. So, the potential's there, but I don't see Naminé getting favor, especially with, Strozia being introduced and her sort of being the main girl for 4, at least from my understanding of it. And her lack of combat relevance. I can only see Naminé rounding the bend as a more respected character in the fandom, not necessarily out of universe, if you know what I'm talking about. Or in universe, which is sad, but it'd be like that when it'd be like that, especially when it'd be like that.
In a handful of Kingdom Hearts titles, every time Naminé has made an appearance, she has been a matter in turning the tides. She's a character without a Keyblade that can be deemed one of the series' most powerful. Because even without a typical weapon, Naminé is always stepping up and providing assistance whenever it is needed. But let's start from the beginning.
One of the weird things I never understood, and I think the Sony Novus video covered a couple theories on it, why is Naminé a thing? Physically. What is she made out of? Is she just made out of Sora's light? Because remember, Kairi's body didn't ever break down. Princess of Heart thing. Could not be consumed by darkness. But Roxas looks like Ventus, because Ventus's heart was released from Sora, and thus then stored inside Ventus. I think? And that's why he looks like Roxas. Or Roxas looks like Ventus. Naminé's blonde. It doesn't look anything else like Kairi except for her blue eyes because Ventus, maybe? Once again, Sony Novus covered in the video better. I'm gonna do that video too. Gosh, I talked myself into it. But Naminé existing is just weird. Because there should have been no, light matter to form her. No vessel either. It's why the fact that she needed a vessel in 3 was kind of weird. I was low-key hoping they would bring back Kairi's power to just give people bodies. That's kind of what happens at the end of 1. When Sora turns back from a Heartless, remember, that was just his heart. Sure, darkness, but that was just his heart. Kairi gave him a body. just forged out of light. I was hoping she'd do the same thing for Naminé, but it didn't happen.
Naminé's debut began right here at this moment in Kingdom Hearts 1, as Sora stabs himself with the Keyblade of Hearts to try and remove Kairi's heart from inside of himself. While doing that, both Sora and Kairi's hearts are released, and both Roxas and Naminé are left behind, with Naminé having a special connection to Kairi by being her nobody. Right after she's born, she's quickly discovered by the organization for her unique powers, as she has the ability to alter the memories of Sora and those connected to him, and the organization wants the power.
I low-key hoped by the end of 2 that when Naminé remerged with Kairi, somehow, off-screen, never got an explanation for that, but she just did. I really hope she would get Naminé's powers and just, like, start mind-wiping people. Man, when I tell you, I still remember the 3D cliffhanger, bro. Man, I was so excited. I gotta make another video talking about her. It's been years. I think it's been like 5 years since I talked about Kairi in a video on the channel. We gonna have to rectify that.
Sora all to themselves, as it helps them with their mission of completing Kingdom Hearts. So they are holding her hostage with the intent of using her powers to lure the Keyblade wielder. They eventually lead Sora to Castle Oblivion, where on each floor everyone starts to lose more and more of their memories. But in the case of Sora, he starts to remember more about Naminé, a girl that we've never seen up to this point. The deeper he gets into the castle, the more vivid these memories become, to the point where even his physical objects start to alter, as the lucky charm that Kairi has given to him has been given a new star-shaped form to represent Naminé.
I still don't know how that worked. That I don't know. Like, was he just tweaking? I genuinely don't know, because, like, not in the manga. I remember reading in a fan fiction. It tells you how deep I was in King's fandom. In the fan fiction, they rationalized that by Larxene having actually switched it out. And then when Sora Larxene, he picks up Kairi's. And, like, they recontextualized that entire scene. So, like, there never was. But, like, in universe, no, Kairi's good luck charm just changed through the effects of Naminé's powers. Which means not only can she manipulate memories, she can also manipulate matter. Unless we're supposed to be implied that every single time we see that, it's Sora looking at it and then Naminé immediately substituting that vision, aka the memory of what his visual receptors are reading, with that image. I'm not sure. The matter manipulation is more impressive, but still, that is crazy.
Eventually, it's revealed that all of these memories are completely bogus, and all this did is give me one of my favorite versions of Sora, as we see Sora start to get super worried and paranoid about his friend Naminé.
I keep pausing the video, I'm so sorry. Cage Recom Sora is best Sora. He's the most human the character's ever been. I love Cage 2 Sora. I love Cage 3 Sora. Cage Recom Sora is best Sora. Honestly, he has the best performance, too, in my opinion. Angry Haley Joel Osment. Not Haley Joel Osment. Is it Haley Joel Osment? No. Is it? I think it is, actually. Hold on. Why do I know it under every other circumstance. Sora VA. Yeah, Haley Joel Osment. Angry Haley Joel Osment. Peak. In Recom. Very specifically in Recom. I like his performance in 3. But I feel like they told him, like, raise his voice. So, like, the famous no! It just doesn't really hit right for me. In comparison to the tweak crashing out Cage Sora. I don't know. He's just not built the same. But let's see.
He even gets so angry at Donald and Goofy because he's just worried about her, as he leaves them behind, leaving you, the player, alone without any friend cards for the next world. This version of Sora is testy and angry, and even Donald and Goofy are like, you need to calm down, boss. But the Lulu Sora just keeps pushing forward anyway. Eventually, Naminé is able to escape the clutches of Organization 13 with Axel and immediately starts to help. As Sora is about to fall into his own delusions, Naminé appears to him in the form of Kairi, revealing that all of these memories were completely fake, and begins to put Sora back on the right path. It would have likely been at this point that Sora would have hit the point of no return and ended up a pawn from Arlusha, but Naminé quickly puts an end to that by confronting Sora with the truth. As Sora is, he doesn't even really get mad at Naminé for all of this. He's still in his own little Delulu mind trying to keep the fake promise that he made, trying to be a good...
Which is crazy. I had crashed out. I'm gonna be like, that's the one bit of characterization, and that's what makes Sora the hero, and me, a bad person. I would have lost my good mind. What do you mean you broke me? I'm sorry, you did what? To who? Me? What do you mean you broke my man? Okay, fine. But don't worry. I told you that's fake. So can we maybe be friends? No, we can't be friends. No, can you fix it? Admittedly, the immediate question. And that's what I'll give Sora. He accepts Naminé. But he does immediately be like, and there's no hesitation to it. It's a beautiful scene. Honestly, maybe I do need to just do some Kingdom Hearts scene breakdowns, because that's one of my favorite scenes in the series too. Where Naminé asks, you could remember Castle Oblivion. Me. Teehee. You want to do that? Or you want to get your old memories back? And so I was like, give me my old memories. Now. You don't play about them boys. And I give Sora respect to that. Once again, case calm, Sora. Best Sora.
Even to someone who probably didn't fully deserve it. Eventually, though, Naminé gives Sora the option to pick either his old memories or stick with the ones he got here in Castle Oblivion. Obviously, Sora picks his older memories, and there's this very real reaction from Naminé that I'll never forget. She kind of flinches because she's definitely disappointed at the fact that Sora is choosing his own life, even laying down the guilt little by little by saying, of course you would choose your old memories. Who wouldn't? And I know a lot of people get mad at her for this, but...
And one thing, I'll admit, I think the reason he does it is so 2 can happen smoothly. But in my opinion, him not remembering Castle Oblivion is one of the stupidest decisions that they made. Why not just add the old memories back? Especially the way Naminé explains it. She just explains that, I just break links and then put in new ones. Just add the old links back. They're clearly still there. You can restore his memories. Why not just give him both? It leads to a lot of awkward conversations in 3, where he's doesn't remember Castle Oblivion, but everyone else there does. Both Marluxia and Larxene tease him explicitly about Castle Oblivion events, and Sora's like, what are you talking about? Because they didn't let him remember. 2 isn't broken by him remembering Naminé. He still wouldn't know Roxas is his nobody. Sora's kind of stupid. Especially in 2. Not as bad as Dream Drop, but he's kind of dumb in 2. It takes him forever to realize that Roxas is nobody. And to be fair, Roxas does look completely different from him, so I do get the mental disconnect there. But still, I don't know. It's a weird choice. Especially considering they use the memory loss as a justification for why Sora went back to level 1. Though if he got his memories from KH1 back, which is what they established does happen, shouldn't he be as strong as he was at the end of KH1? Huh? So overall, I do think that's weird. It's weird. It's a little silly. It's a little goofy. I don't. That's the one narrative choice I don't agree with at the end of Calm. And something tells me Nomori even regrets it a little bit. Because, why did you do that, dog?
I kind of get it. This is one of those real human moments for her where she knows she has to do the right thing. But there's also this selfish part of her brain that wants Sora all to herself. But she knows that Sora is so deeply involved with Kairi that nothing is going to change that inside of him. So Naminé agrees to...
And here's the thing, right? I said I would crash out on Naminé if she told me that. Doing the same thing. I would have done it. Same thing. I would have done the exact same thing. Why wouldn't I? I'm sorry. I'm under hostage threat, and I can't defend myself. And that guy has a scythe. That guy has chakrams. That girl has knives. What do you want me to do? Fight back? Go where? Do what? Until Riku appeared and was there to help protect. Yeah, Naminé she did the right thing, in my opinion. I would have made the exact same Giga plays. I made a free Sora at the same time, too, once I realized he was strong enough. That's the thing. I can't knock her hustle. And I can't knock her hustle for not wanting to be alone. Humans are social creatures. She was born alone and then immediately taken hostage. Yeah, of course she'd feel bad. That's the thing. Naminé's a great character. Great and very, very important character. So I can, not convincing me off of Roxas or nothing, but she may slide up the list. In fact, I'm going to do something as the video plays for a little bit, because I'm yapping pretty extensively.
On his memories, putting Sora and his friends into a deep sleep. And in the other campaign for Chain of Memories, Reverse Rebirth, Riku's having his own adventures inside of Castle Oblivion. Eventually, he also meets Naminé, and she offers him the ability to seal the darkness around him, as she knows Riku has suffered with the darkness long enough, and she wants to help him handle it. Riku denies, deciding to fight against the darkness on his own, and he comes out victorious. While this was a crazy moment for Riku, Naminé fully understands and is actually happy for Riku for choosing this path, knowing that he could handle it all on his own. And while Naminé did make her full debut in Chain of Memories, her work would not be over for the rest of the Xehanort saga. In Kingdom Hearts 358 over 2 days, while Namine is working on restoring Sora's memories, she notices that some of these memories are leaking out and attaching themselves to a third party, as this character would eventually become Shion. Although Namine cannot continue her reconstruction of Sora's memories without these missing memories. Understanding how real the situation is, everyone basically needs Roxas and Shion gone, as it's the
which is true. That is one of the most sick, twisted, yet hilarious ideas in days. That, like, even the organization was like, Roxas, you can low-key dip, dog. Shion was definitely an afterthought, but, like, it is crazy how the entire back end of days is like, the good guys need Shion gone, and by proxy, Roxas gone. Meanwhile, the bad guys kind of want Roxas gone. So no matter what, both ends did not care for either of our two little Keyblade wielders. But yeah, 4 years ago, I put Namine in perfection. I should have slid her up to Divinity, dog. I'm really rethinking it right now. I think I'm gonna go back in time and fix that mistake. Golly. I may listen to this video if the audio isn't too bad, but let's see.
Only way for Sora to wake up. Knowing that everyone basically wants to destroy Shion, Namine has a conversation with her revealing her true identity and her purpose. Shion then fully understands her role and meets with Roxas to get him to form back with Sora too, giving us the insanely emotional final battle of this game. It's just Namine's humanity in this situation, trying to empathize with those who are destined to fade back into darkness. It's like a form of gentle parenting to have to tell Shion about her truth. Otherwise, it would have probably just been Riku having to take them both out. Shion does eventually return to Sora, but now it's Roxas' turn, and that's when we jump into Kingdom Hearts 2. The start of the...
It's funny how he calls it... Honestly, that is the perfect app comparison. It's like when your mom tells you to do something versus when your dad orders you to do something. Mom will be like, hey, can you take out the trash? And then you can try to be like, no. And then your father will apparate from the Shadow Realm through a darkness corridor behind you and beat the taste out of you until you take out the trash. I never considered gentle parenting, actually, but the Namine and Riku do low-key just mirror mom and dad in that instance. And to be, like, low-key, though, one of the things I do like about that scene, especially the way they adapted in the movie, is that Namine's, like, she's explaining, but she's telling Shion what's going to happen. Like, and it's different than the scene in 2, where Diz and Riku show up to drag Namine away from talking with Roxas. No, in that scene, one of my favorite parts is that Namine's explaining the situation to Shion, but she's talking like it's a certainty. Like, Shion didn't have to agree. Shion could have tweaked out. Just like Sora could have tweaked out when Namine revealed the truth. Shion easily could have just crashed out. But she didn't. And Namine was laying down the law. She was like, oh yeah, your existence is holding back Sora's existence. You will return to Sora. You don't have a choice in this matter. Alright? And then Shion does agree. She ended up being peaceful. But it's very likely, especially considering at any point, if she was really feeling merciless, obviously both Shion and Roxas were connected to Sora. Mind wipe him. We know she can do it. Especially to an empty puppet like Shion. So, Namine, she really be showing mercy.
When you think about it, because this is all just built inside of a fake reality, as a way to ease Roxas back into Sora without jumping into it immediately. While Roxas is in this digital Twilight Town, Namine makes the effort to communicate with him at almost every turn, reaching out to him and offering assistance while he deals with the crumbling reality around him. Namine develops a form of sympathy towards Roxas as he dealt with the same form of isolation and loneliness when he first came into this world, and Namine acts as a guide for Roxas in this beginning prologue, even revealing the truth to Roxas about his existence as a nobody, saying that Roxas won't disappear when he returns to Sora, but he would rather be completed, and that they might not recognize each other the next time they meet, but they will meet again. Once Sora is awake, Diz no longer has any use for Namine and orders Riku to destroy her. Riku is definitely not doing that, so he leaves her with Axel. And Axel, not committing murder on a small child, opens up a portal for her to escape. Now, Namine could have just ran away and lived her life so far away from any of this. But what does she do instead? She jumps right back into the action. Later on, Namine breaks into the organization stronghold to rescue Kairi and Pluto from capture. I like that she's able to use the corridors of darkness without any issue. No need for a cloak or anything. It could have to do with her being a nobody, or with her being a nobody of a Princess of Heart, preventing the darkness from getting too close and personal. Regardless, there's so many characters in the series that need this coat to move.
Another thing. Stupid. Why can she do that? Where did she just watch Riku do it and was just like, oh, okay, this isn't that complicated. Boom. We never figure out. And it makes even less sense, right? Because since she is a nobody, even if you go with the heart regeneration idea that's introduced in Dream Draw, her heart that was growing back should have been a heart of pure light. Like, we never see Kairi fall to darkness or even have darkness powers. Why? Because her heart is literally composed of pure light. Namine's and her regrown heart by proxy should have been. Or she should have been heartless. But she somehow figured out how to open corridors of darkness. Real well, too. She got to the organization's stronghold directly. Our casting crew couldn't even do that. They had to go through the digital Twilight Town from the real Twilight Town and then sneak their way to the organization. That's nuts. Like, she's broken. She's dumb stupid. I'm telling you, though. She could one-shot half the verse by just mind-wiping them. If she could move quick enough, if she thought about it quick enough in certain battle scenarios to just mind-wipe somebody, she's undeniably one of the strongest characters.
Without a coat, moving like a boss. At the end of the game, after defeating the first Xemnas, Namine secretly opens up a portal for our heroes to escape, before her and Roxas return back to their original selves, completing their stories for this game. But you'd think Namine's assistance is over from there? Absolutely not. When looking deep inside of Sora's memory,
I always forget how much of a clutch demon Namine is into, dog. I need to go back and rectify my mistakes. I need to go back and rectify my mistakes.
Namine noticed some deep memories inside of his heart, memories full of a lot of pain. To prepare Sora for these memories, Namine implanted bugs inside of Jiminy's journal, and that's essentially where we get Kingdom Hearts Recoded from, as a way to prepare.
We also don't know how she did that! Since when did she become a master programmer? Whose memories did she steal? Did she wait until Diz was connected and was like, hold on, let me cop those real quick? How did she do that? I think Recoded is still a worthless game. But still, I don't know how she did that. She's just goated. She's just her. She's just her. Like, what do you guys say?
Of those who came before him. When the journal was wiped out, all of the words were erased, but the data remained. And this data version of Namine essentially tells Sora that he needs to save everyone from birth by sleep and days. At this point, Sora has no idea who any of these characters are. But once it's revealed, King Mickey writes a letter to the real Sora letting him know that more dangers are coming. Namine was able to find the truth by digging into Sora's heart, and was able to relay this information to our heroes, leading to the big eventual showdown in Kingdom Hearts 3. Namine is really just the messenger of the ages, but man, it really only gets started from here. So the next big part of Namine's story actually doesn't happen in the games. During Kingdom Hearts 3's development, Square Enix was hosting Kingdom Hearts Orchestra events, where players were able to come together and watch live performances of the series' music. Although during one of these orchestra concerts, we actually got a live performance of a cutscene that never appeared in Kingdom Hearts, as the Japanese voice actors for Terra and Namine took the stage to create this brand new cutscene. The scene itself was supposed to take place before Kingdom Hearts 0.2, but once again, it never actually appeared in the games. But this acted out scene on this stage is canon, being referenced in future Kingdom Hearts games. So in this scene, it's basically a conversation between Namine and the Lingering Will speaking in the darkness. Here, Namine presents herself to Terra as she climbed through Sora's chain of memories to find him. Namine states to the Lingering Will that eventually they'll be touched by a familiar light. Namine, talking about Aqua, states that everyone is doing what they can to fight the darkness, and that the Lingering Will shouldn't give up. And Terra stating that he will never forget what happened that day and how he'll do whatever he can to make it right. According to Nomura, this cutscene was never going to appear in a game and was only a special treat for the guests of the concert. Kingdom Hearts is crazy, like how we have lore in concerts. Like it's anyway. Which is true because we've never seen this cutscene before, but we do get to see where this interaction leads in Kingdom Hearts 3.
The only weird thing is, though, that cutscene's placement in the timeline. Like, notably, he says it's supposed to take place before 0.2. But, like, at least from my understanding, that cutscene was implied to be the cutscene that Namine has when she tells Sora in Remind that she's gonna go talk to the Lingering Will to make sure he appears in the redone timeline. But if that cutscene takes place before 0.2, why did he not appear the first time? Admittedly, the Lingering Will not appearing the first time regardless, as much as I'm glad that Namine does get a moment in 3, it does feel really contrived, because, like, Sora appears in the Keyblade Graveyard in KH2 Final Mix, and Lingering Will is immediately on smoke, looking for Xehanort. You mean to tell me 13 Xehanort? Okay, fine. Let's be real. 4 Xehanorts appear along with his original heart and the Guardian. They all appear, and the Lingering Will's like, why did it not come out with the original time? Kingdom Hearts, I love it, but gosh darn it, man.
At the end of that game, when you arrive at the Keyblade Graveyard for the first time, our heroes are getting completely demolished. It's kind of crazy how they made Terra Xehanort in this cutscene so strong, since he's just tearing through everyone. In fact, our heroes get bodied so bad that everyone dies.
The end.
When Kairi is beaten by the Demon Tide, Naminé ends up surviving as a star appearing in the final world, as Kairi has disappeared, but her light is keeping her and Sora tethered to this world. It's at this point that Naminé follows up on that concert cutscene, where she reaches out to the Lingering Will again and lets him know that his friends need him. As we return back to the Keyblade Graveyard with the timeline reset, this battle looks like it's going to be going the same exact way. Only this time, the Lingering Will does appear, putting
And one thing I will admit, I love this scene. Why is Terra Xehanort so strong? He's never shown this strong again throughout the rest of the game. Like, I get the whole point of Terra Xehanort was to restore the... Not even just restore Xehanort to his prime, but honestly surpass his prime by having a young, strapping man filled with thick, juicy, rippling gains of darkness. But, like, Aqua beat him. Admittedly, he was in emotional turmoil. But really? Some emotional clarity and the man's able to one-shot everybody? That's still... But let's see.
And giving our heroes a chance to advance through the Keyblade Graveyard. Without the Naminé assist with the Lingering Will, our heroes would have probably got bodied again. Even when your girl doesn't have a physical form, she's doing more than most Kingdom Hearts characters. That's why it's one of the best feelings in the world when Replica Riku leaves the vessel behind for Naminé, knowing fully well that he could have taken it and become his own person. But that was never his arc to begin with, as Replica Riku has always existed in that delusion. He still wants to protect Naminé just like he did in Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories, only this time offering her a chance to become her own person. And as
which is horrific. The way that someone pointed it out beautifully it was one of Regular Pat's streams. I forget which one of his co-hosts. I don't think it was Regular Pat. It was one of his co-hosts who pointed out like the horrific tragedy of Replica Riku. And like the way that 3 romanticizes that entire dynamic. Like, y'all, Naminé broke his brain. Naminé didn't even acknowledge him as a person. Like, if you go by the novel, it's even worse. Like, she doesn't even give him the dignity of, like, calling him Riku Replica. She just calls him Replica. He's a tool even to her. And 3 romanticizes their connection a whole lot. It's very weird. I need to just sit down and, like, talk about 3 in general. But it's a weird... Just think of all the horrific things that Naminé did to Riku Replica in Chain of Memories and Rechain, and remember the fact that she never apologizes. Unless I'm mistaken, she never apologizes to bro. And he just goes off to die, by the way. To Riku's hands. Man, she did some good memory alteration on that boy. Late! But with that being the case, let's see. It's also weird. That's the thing, right? Don't get me wrong. I'm a Rukoshi shipper. I like that pairing. But I get the Roku Nami shippers over the Roku... Or the Riku Nami shippers. I get it. Because that whole... Like, it's implied somewhat. And, like, once again, I'll admit, I've seen fanfiction that does it real well. But that period in between Chain of Memories and 2, that year period, while I can see Riku and Naminé developing some sort of... It feels weird. It feels weird, regardless. I don't know. No, it's strange. Shipping in Kingdom Hearts is strange. I don't have too many strong opinions. Please, don't attack me, Kingdom Hearts. No Kingdom Hearts shippers 43 minutes in this video. But... it is strange. I get why people are more Rokunami shippers, but then again, I do want something for Shion. I'll admit, I prefer the chemistry and the lack of, like, to be fair, Shion does do a little bit towards the end of days, but I prefer the chemistry between Shion and Roxas in comparison to Shion and Naminé, and I get, you gotta give Riku somebody, because it's not Sora. In canon, at least, based on the whole, Kairi thing. Especially weirdly blasé Sora is. So many weird things in 3. Let me stop.
Now with a brand new body to use, and returns to Destiny Islands to celebrate their victory against the darkness. And that's...
Why does she still have that same dress? Nomura, please! Give her some new threads, dog. It's been literal decades. By the time 4 comes out, Naminé will have been a character... Oh, no. I think she's already... 2002, 2004. Oh, wow. Yeah. She's been in that same dress for 20 years, Nomura. Give her, give Goofy, and give Donald some new fits. Please. Give Aqua and Terra and Ven new fits too. Half the cast needs a redo. You did good. You started. Even Roxas Loki needs a new fit. He was born in those clothes. Get him out of
is helping again with the search for Sora in Kingdom Hearts 4. And knowing her, she'll likely play another supporting role to our main protagonist. Regardless, my entire point of this video is that Naminé has been a presence that has been a helpful one since the very beginning. Every time she makes an appearance, it usually turns the tide of the battle. Her support has gone such a long way in keeping our heroes alive, and that's kind of insane. And I never got the idea that Naminé should be given a Keyblade. She does not need to fight in order to be one of the greats. Mainly because her role was never to be directly in the action anyway. She was always a character that was cooking behind the scenes, and her work always showed its rewards. Our heroes would have been cooked on several occasions without Naminé. I do feel like she'll continue to have an important role in Kingdom Hearts 4, especially because she has such a deep connection with Sora, and it might be enough to help locate him. But still, we're just gonna have to wait and see. She is one of my favorites, but she is also easily one of Kingdom Hearts' most underrated characters. Let me know what you guys think about Naminé in the comment section below. Do you love her? Especially because she has such a deep connection with Sora, and it might be enough to help locate him. But still, we're just gonna have to wait and see. She is one of my favorites, but she is also easily one of Kingdom Hearts' most underrated characters.
Oh, you're next, lady. Okay. So he's gonna make a Kairi video. Let me see if I can beat him to that. I don't know. This video's 7 days past, so maybe he's already made it. But I'll catch you, Mr. Wing. I'll catch you. But let's see. We'll put it back on normal play speed.
Let me know what you guys think about Naminé in the comment section below. Do you love her? Do you hate her? Think of her as selfish? Or maybe super helpful? Let me know in the comment section below. Thank you all so much for watching. Please be sure to comment, like, subscribe, and stay awesome.
Alright. I'll let the last 17 seconds of the video play out after I'm done with this Vigimo, because I get it. I know. I'm a content creator myself and understand how important it is to let things play to the end. So, my thoughts on Naminé. I like her a lot. Maybe my third favorite character in the series now. With the Sony Novus video and this video, and just freshly laying out how important she is, and how much I used to, and still in a way kind of do identify with her struggles, and the fact that she's dumb powerful despite not having a Keyblade. All that, like, yeah. She's earned it. Quality character. She's up there. She's up there. I really, really like Naminé. And I think her selfishness only adds to the character. It doesn't detract from it. It's good to have characters with flaws. So overall, Nomura, look at you. Chefing up a meal. Got me cracking my wrist. But if you made it all the way to the end of this video, please do me a favor and leave lost memories. Leave lost memories in the comment section down below. I'd like to thank you so much for watching. Please remember to leave a like, share, comment, and subscribe. Make sure to hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on any videos that come to the channel. Also, I do have a Patreon down below where you can support me for as low as $1 no monthly things like exclusive videos, early content, and more. And so now become a member of the channel for as low as $3 a month to get the same perks and more. So those perks will include the live reactions to every other series or review, and free variations of all my videos, and becoming a $25 patron or a $25 member, you can order whatever video you want. Also, I do have a link to my Ko-Fi in the description down below. You can drop 5 beans for a short video, 25 beans for a long video, or any beans at all. Any support is always greatly appreciated. Now, I'd like to thank you so much for watching once again, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. This is That with the Pencil, writing off. I'd like to give a thank you to our $3 members: Zera, Greyhound, Eternal Flame, NMA, Real Rare, Redwolf 4765, Paris Arnold, Astro, and Brandon Payne. And I'd like to give a thank you to our $5 patrons: Zombie Hunter, Sean, Midnight Lord 21, King, Meliodas, Kevin, Encarnacion, Josh Brown, and A+A. And I'd like to give a thank you to our $7 members: Autumn, Mornings, Lazo, and Fine. And I'd like to give a thank you to our $10 members: Robbie Uchiha, Jay Warrior, and AZ Void. And I'd like to give a big ol' thank you to our $10 patrons: Michael Williamson, Joaquin Munoz, and Idem Okami. And I'd like to give a final gargantuan thank you to our $25 patron, Calvin Elder.